Hello and welcome to the Austin Playhouse Amplify Austin kickoff live stream. I'm Laura Toner Haddock, the producing artistic director here at Austin Playhouse, or here at my house at the moment. And I'm joined by our associate artistic director, board member, and company member, Mr. Ben Wolf, as well
Greetings.
as an artistic company member, former board member, and all around stellar human, Ms. Bernadette Nason. Is here with us. And Bernadette is one of our individual fundraisers for Amplify Austin, and we will talk about what that means in just a second. Now, look, I want to thank all of y'all for tuning in either live or catching this a little later. Amplify Austin is a huge event, not just for Austin Playhouse, but for over 700 nonprofits in the Central Texas area. It's in its 12th year, and I love it. And so my big goal is by the end of this little live stream, I want you to love it too, because what it does is it really embraces the idea that Austin, and Gigi is with us. So everything's better now. Amplify Austin really seeks to build Austin up as a philanthropic community. And so what it does is it gives you the best possible way to support hundreds of different nonprofits. Now, we'll be talking a lot about the arts and culture sector because that's what we're in, but there's health and human services, animals, all sorts of fantastic nonprofits that make our community wonderful, and they are all amplified when you donate through Amplify Austin. I Live Here, I Give Here raises this incentive fund throughout the year so that your dollar goes further. It's fantastic. But enough from me. Let's hop over to the Amplify Austin website so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. And we are going to do a little share screen. I'm going to punch a couple buttons. It's going to be great, y'all. You ready? You ready? Boom. So we are checking out the Amplify Austin page here. And when you go to amplifyatx.org, and you know what? I'm going to get that up on the screen there so you know where we are. When you go to amplifyatx.org, this is what you'll see. It just kicked off at 6 p.m. And in a little bit, you'll be able to look up here and find leaderboards in addition to everything else, where we kind of see how everybody's doing during the day, which is one of my favorite things, where you can cheer on the nonprofits that are doing really well or know which ones you need to jump in and help boost. So when you see this, you can search nonprofits. This is what I do all the time, is search Austin Playhouse. And it'll come up anything that it thinks might match. We go, and this is Austin Playhouse's Amplify page. When you go here, you can see that we have a pretty substantial goal, and we're just getting started on our way to hitting it. Austin Playhouse has an Amplify strategy where we try to get a lot of our donations from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, Thursday morning. So I know a lot of our donors are waiting for that. And that's our strategy because it means we might win an extra $1,000 prize. And we like that. We all like prizes. But you can come down here and you can pick one of these categories, choose your own amount. You can find out that there's a fantastic match from Tito's Handmade Vodka. We'll talk more about that a little later too. And find out about Austin Playhouse, about what we do, who's been supporting us, volunteer opportunities, and that's the same for every group. But now I want to talk to Bernadette Nason, because she is, and for many years, she and Ben are both an individual fundraiser for Austin Playhouse. And if you think a friend of yours might be supporting an organization like Austin Playhouse or one of the other hundreds of great groups, you can click on Find a Fundraiser, and I'm going to look at Bernadette Nason, search for that, and there she is. She's a fundraiser for Austin Playhouse. Bernadette, can you tell us a little bit about why you're a fundraiser for Austin Playhouse and what kind of the impact on the community of being part of this?
Well, the main thing, obviously, is that I want to raise as much money as I possibly can for Austin Playhouse, because that's kind of the whole point. It's a no-brainer. So that's, number one. But number too is that I really love looking through old photographs. And I've been working in Austin for 3 decades now, and I've been working with Austin Playhouse for most of that, in fact. So I have production photos going back to 1995, and I just find it fun putting together little compilations of pictures, or having a character speak on my social media on my behalf. And sometimes they're very snippy if they think that you're not giving me enough money. And other times they're very friendly if you've given a donation. And it also gives me a chance to say a proper thank you, and also to make it fun, to make it an interesting way of making money. Because fundraising can be very dull sometimes. And this is being in the theatre, we have a lot of interesting things to show people.
I agree. And I love what you said about getting a chance to say thank you. And that's one of the things that I love about Amplify Austin is it's really, you're reaching out to your friends, your family, people that want to support you. And it's really a chance to kind of, for us in the theater community, also to thank all of these supporters, because this is a very public, very fun event. So I love that. I'm seeing
it. And I also, I give money to other places, not just Austin Playhouse.
Absolutely.
But I like to work like you do for that power hour, because the more people I can get to give then, the more exciting it is for us, because we see the money sort of clock up, but also we might win a prize. And
yes.
We like prizes, as
we do. I think that you might have looked over here. If y'all, you do not have to deep dive this much, but there is this prizes place on the amplifyatx.org website that talks about all the different prizes that different groups can win. There are a ton of employers that match Amplify donations. So if you donate, make sure you check your employers list. Ones, 3M and Dell, and there are little ones like Antonelli's Cheese Shop on there. So you never know who's supporting Amplify ATX, and we really love all of these businesses that are. So let's do this. I think we also I'm gonna stop sharing this for just a second. We have a lot of special guests joining us today, because while Austin Playhouse loves participating in Amplify Austin, I also love that it's a chance to kind of celebrate our full theater community and shine the spotlight on a lot of different organizations and find out what they're doing. I will say, as I promised, if you're donating to any arts and culture organization during Amplify Austin, I want you to use this hashtag, Love Tito's. Spell it just like that. I don't know how picky they are, but it's good to spell it just like that. And what will happen, I'm trying to pull up a picture that's a little silly, but we'll see if I find it. I don't know. We've knocked off the bin and the Tito's vodka. We'll find it again later. But what happens when you put hashtag Love Tito's after you've made a donation is that Tito's vodka is going to add, they will add, they're not adding it on your behalf, they will add $25 to that donation to arts and culture groups. And that's all you have to do. You just have to put hashtag Love Tito's. And that's your way of saying thank you to Tito's Vodka for supporting the arts in Austin. They've done this for several years running, and we're really grateful that they support the arts this way. So that's all I have to say about that. Ben, did you have anything you wanted to add about just introducing folks to Amplify here?
Only that it's a great opportunity to support your community. And if you are using the Love Tito's hashtag, they do put a cap on the top end of $15,000. So it's the first 600 people that in the arts and culture category that use that hashtag it'll benefit those first 600 donors and donations.
So that's great. That's a good reason to get those donations in early, maybe by 10 a.m. tomorrow morning.
You know, that sounds like a reasonable time.
I bet you'd still be fine with that. That's great. Okay. All right. Well, Bernadette is going to head off to rehearsal tonight. Can you tell us what you're rehearsing? Because you're rehearsing for another organization that is participating in Amplify Austin.
Absolutely. I'm working with Jarrett Productions for my next show, and it's called, I'm looking at the cover right here, Home, I'm Darling. Rather than Darling, I'm Home. Home, I'm Darling. And I'm playing the mother, and it's a really, really fabulous play with a great cast. When
do you open?
We open on the 20. Oh God, don't do that to me. We open on the 22nd. Yes, I'm always afraid I'm going to say on the 22nd of March at Trinity Street Theatre.
Fantastic. Jarrett Productions, we love their work. You also have Bernadette was just in our production of the Spitfire Grill, and you went kind of directly from that into this. So really looking forward to catching that. It's a pretty new play too, right?
It is, yes. It's just a couple of years old, and it's so important. It's funny, but it's important. It's one of those plays that has a real message.
Fantastic. Well, Bernadette, we are so grateful to you for all you do as an individual fundraiser, as a member of this artistic community supporting so many groups. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I hope you have a super successful Amplify.
Yay, thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye. All right. So we're back here with Ben. I'm going to just checking out if we had any comments there. And what I would love to do, I know we have a few other special guests in the waiting room. So I'm going to bring up Mr. Ken Webster from Hyde Park Theatre. I know Hyde Park Theatre is very familiar to many of y'all out there. It's one of all of our favorite theaters in town. So welcome to the studio, Ken.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. I'm going to remove that banner for a second so we can have our names back up here. We will remember to love Tito's. We'll do that later. So Ken, it looks like you're backstage at Hyde Park right now.
Yes, I'm in the luxurious dressing room of the Hyde Park Theatre.
Fantastic. So y'all have been participating in Amplify for a while. Do you have a goal this year for your Amplify campaign?
Yes, our goal this year is to raise $20,000.
Fantastic. So, and I know you have a lot. The theater is always busy. Could you tell us what you have going on right now, and then what you have coming up?
Oh, definitely. Right now, it's the final weekend is coming up for Zell Miller III's play, Ballot Eats the Bullet, You Matter. It's produced by ZM3 Live Productions. It's directed and written by Zell Miller with an all-female cast. The run has been great so far. It's gotten excellent reviews, and the crowds are great. This Saturday is already sold out, and there aren't very many tickets left for Thursday and Friday. After they close, the Latino Comedy Project is going to do 2 weekends celebrating their 25th anniversary. And this week, there's going to be a Latino Comedy Project Day decreed by the city of Austin. I think that's on the 9th of March.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they've been together for 25 years, creating amazing comedy. Then after that closes, we're going to do a Hyde Park production. I'm doing a one-person show called The Good Thief.
I'm throwing a picture up of that right now. So
yes, we stole this idea from The Usual Suspects.
I was like, that's more than one person there, Ken. There's clearly at least 5 actors involved in this production. I'm
so
can't
versatile.
Fool me.
I'm so versatile. I play 5 different characters. No, I just play one low-rent Irish thug who goes on a simple job that goes horribly, horribly wrong. It's a wonderful script by McPherson. We've done several of his plays. About a year ago, I did his play, St. Nicholas, about a drunken Irish theater critic in the employ of vampires. Then after The Good Thief, Austin Scriptworks will be doing their 10-minute play festival out of ink. And after Scriptworks, Sims Holland, this wonderful new to Austin actor who's from Austin originally and had been in LA for many years. She's back in Austin doing her one-woman show, Learning to Human, which she previewed a short segment of it for Frontera Fest this year. And then after that, We're doing My HEB by the fabulous Raul Garza.
Raul will be with us shortly, so he can tell us about the Scriptworks show and his as well. We're excited to hear about those.
Yes, Raul back. We've done several of his plays in the past, and we're excited to have him back at the theater.
That's amazing. So those of y'all who are just joining us, and I know most of you know Hyde Park Theatre, but you just listened to Ken rattle off half dozen groups that are going to be in that space over the next few months. And most people know that Austin is also in a venue crisis. So companies like Hyde Park that run their own venue, that have that longevity in the community and that are supporting a lot of other organizations are vital. So if you are able to support this incredible group and the work that they're doing, please do so.
Oh, thank you so much. And you're not just supporting Hyde Park Theatre, but like you said, you're helping out these groups that we provide a venue for. And there are so many companies out there that don't have a venue. And like you said, there is a venue crisis. We don't have nearly enough venues in the city at this time.
Sure. We're trying to build a new one, and our space has some rental availability as well. But even with the few limited ones we have coming online and still there, the town the size of Austin can and should be supporting tons more artistic, cultural homes in town. So thank you, Ken, for the work you're doing at Hyde Park. Feel free to, do you want to hang out? Do you need to get to something? Where are you?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Great. We're going to hang out. I'm going to hang out here. All right. We will, we'll see how crowded this stage gets. Cycle things off. But I like a theater party. All right. Let's check in over here. I'm going to bring, well, actually, no, I'm gonna go in the order that I told everyone backstage I would go in, and not just bump Raul up in line because we just talked to him. So we are going to bring up Griselda Silva and Caroline Reck from Glass Half Full Theater. Also, they do incredible work, y'all. And I'm not going to just talk about it. I'm going to bring them into the studio and let them tell you about what. Caroline, Griselda, welcome so much. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome so much. Oh, it's a little early in Amplify season for me to not be able to talk yet. This is last year we did a live stream during our power hour kickoff, like first thing in the morning. I just brought breakfast tacos to the office and we ran upstairs and it was too much. So I said, this year we're going back to this kind of happy hour time. It's better. We've got a little static on somebody's, but I'm not sure. So yeah. Figure out if it's one of y'all's, but
it might be me. I'm hearing
you.
Out, but
you're a little echoey, but I think we'll be fine. So let's I've got some pictures to share of some of your recent work. And Glass Half Full, to me, you do a lot of different things, kind of amazing work, not just in our community, but you currently have a production on tour across the country. Can you, and I mean, last year, your production of this play, Yamal Kukui, won like every award there was to win. You were just just give it all to us. And rightly so. It was incredible. So tell us a little bit about your company, about what you do and how you describe it.
Yeah, like you said, we are Glass Half Full Theater, puppetry of objects and ideas. I'm going to hold for that. I've been trained. I'm holding for the sound. Hold on.
You're good.
But yeah, we create original multilingual performances for all ages, featuring both humans and puppets to address complex problems through an optimistic lens. So, yeah.
That's amazing. So,
thank you for bringing up our touring, actually. Can I just share, because this is really exciting, and Griselda actually manages the tour, but we just left Maine. Our tour just left Maine. So that means we've officially touched like all four corners of the United States. So we've been to Florida and California and like Seattle, Washington area, and now Maine. So I feel like we've like encircled the whole place and then hit a bunch of places in the middle. So
Yeah, they're in Ohio right now.
Yeah.
And tell us about what is the show that's on tour right now?
Griselda, you want to take it?
Yes. Yeah, it's Cenicienta. It's a one performer. Right now it's Mariah Fonseca, and she is out as Belinda. And so it's about a 10-year-old girl who kind of, as she plays with these objects through object puppetry, kind of retells the story of Cenicienta, of Cinderella, while she's also kind of grappling with this. She also has a stepmother and a stepfamily, and she wants to meet her hero, Gary Soto. And so she kind of goes through her own journey as well, except not to a ball, but to meet like her hero.
And this show traveled a lot. It was done in Austin. It was appeared at the Kennedy Center, and now it's touring the country. And of course, you also produce works. What I put in more of a traditional theater category, in that they're presented in a theater, but then also a lot of site-specific kind of artistic installations and things coming down. So you're always doing something just amazing, and really amplifying the creativity of Austin. So I was so happy a few years ago when y'all kind of jumped into Amplify Austin as part of your tool bag to get the word out about Glass Half Full. So
that's such a great segue, because we actually want to talk about two different projects pretty quickly that are the two bookends of that. So one of our upcoming projects we're doing all during the month of April are one of those kind of outdoor installations where anybody can come and experience it. It's really for all ages. It has a lot of theatrical storytelling to it, but it's not set in a traditional theater space. We got inspired to do this particularly during pandemic, to figure out how can we not just do a parade, not just wave some puppets around, but really tell a truly theatrical story, but not in a theater space. So this project, we call it the Walkabout Climate Refugee Puppets. And they're really like wearable puppets that we put on. We're hidden inside of the puppets, and then we can walk about and interact with people. And these puppets represent people who've had to leave Central America because of climate shifts and sort of changes in ability to either work on these main scale industrial farms, or even just to farm for their own needs. So a lot of the Central Americans coming to this part of the world are really just trying to survive and had to leave, but often because of climate change that was caused by first world nations. So now that sounds really heavy, but what we particularly love about this story, and as we are Glass Half Full Theater, is we bring it in this really joyful, enlightening way. So you have the opportunity to interact with these people. They look like people, but they're puppets, right? And we have all these sort of hidden stories, and you learn about the lives of these people and realize how close they are actually to us here. And it's just a really enjoyable way to learn about that topic, but so much climate work can feel really gloom and doom. And we're trying to present it in a way that's like, hey, we're all human. We're all in this place. Let's interact with one another. And we're doing that all during April, like at the Honk Parade on April 6th in Mueller Park. We're going to be at Earth Day celebration at Houston Tillotson. We're going to do an event at Creative Action at their space on the 28th. So just throughout the month of April.
That's great. And of course, you can go to amplifyatx.org. And if you don't want to remember this whole URL, you can just Glass Half Full Theater. You can get enough of those words in there, and the amplifyatx.org site will get you there. It will be fine. They will take care of you. And when you amplify Glass Half Full, I know you had two things though. You want to tell me about something else though?
Oh yeah, Grease, do you want to talk a little bit about Maybell? Because we're so excited about this production. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be so fun. It's this spring, we're right now, right? So basically spring. We're writing and devising this new play, La Maleta de Maybell. And it's kind of based off of this children's book by Trisha Tusa, Maybell's Suitcase. And so it's going to feature live performance by Stephanie Vasquez Fonseca, who's a local Afro-Colombian performer. Various styles of puppetry. We'll have environmental themes, of course, because that's like our favorite thing to touch on. And original music by Kiko Villamizar, who's a local Colombian musician as well. And so this whole play, we're trying to focus, it already exists, and we've never done that before. We've never taken a children's book, and been like, how do we make this ours? And so we're kind of playing with the theme of, remembering, but also letting go of what no longer serves you. And so, yeah, we're excited. That's going to run June 14th through the 29th at the Vortex. And
Awesome.
we're hoping that through Amplify donations, we can offer daytime summer shows to low-income families for free.
Love it. So when you Amplify Glass Half Full Theater, you are really making a huge impact on our community and in arts access for a lot of different folks out there that might not otherwise get to experience this. Now, I know everyone here, Austin Playhouse, Hyde Park, I know Glass Half Full, keeping theater affordable for our community is big, while also supporting the artists that make the art. So it's part of what I love about all of these groups. So thank you so much for being here. I think we are getting a little crowded, and it's gonna be a little hard for me to share things. I'm gonna let y'all go. Can actually you stay on here, because we are gonna bring Raul up next, and then just in case y'all want to chat. Well, here we'll bring him up right now before y'all go. Just let's get Raul up here. You can tell him about yourself. He's been. So Raul, I'm adding you to the stage. There we go.
Hey, well,
Yay!
it's fun. We're like 0 degrees of separation here, which is great.
That's great. All right. Caroline, Griselda, thank you so much for being on today.
Thank you for having us.
And like, so much luck and good wishes coming y'all's way for fantastic Amplify. So
yes, likewise to all of you
on the leaderboards. So
yes,
thank you for championing everyone. We really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Ken, LCP Day. I'm a member of Latino Comedy Project. That's March 7th. It's tomorrow. I mean, and we're late to everything, but we're not.
It's tomorrow.
We're not two days late.
2 days late. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. It's going to be a proclamation at the city council meeting. So
that's my city council member that made that possible. I love him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. So in addition to all the amplifying that we will be doing tomorrow, we will also be celebrating Latino Comedy Project Day in Austin. It's a double holiday. So that's awesome. But so clearly, Raul, because Ken was talking about your work at Hyde Park. You are here today representing Scriptworks, where you are a member and a board member, and you're involved in the Latino Comedy Project, which we know we'll be celebrating all day tomorrow. So tell us a little bit about your artistic role in Austin as you see it, and then especially as it relates to Scriptworks and their impact in the community.
I'm excited that we are the kind of community, and you're holding space for this right now, where we support each other and we're collaborative. We kind of need each other to do the thing that we do.
Mm-hmm.
So Scriptworks has played a role in the way that I bring work into the world by really just doing the mission that we do at Scriptworks. We're what we call a playwright development and service organization. And to the real world, that means very little. But what it means is we create a community that offers structure and guidance and training and motivation and opportunities to increase the quality, the likelihood of production, the comfort level, the creativity of the community of playwrights who we have. We do that behind the scenes a lot. So y'all know us through Frontera Fest, which we co-sponsor with Hyde Park Theatre. You know us through Out of Ink, which is our annual 10-minute play showcase that's coming up in May 2nd through 4th, May 9th through 11th at Hyde Park Theatre. There's a lot that we do behind the scenes. And so we're a really valuable tool to diversifying the playwright canon coming out of Austin to represent communities of color, underrepresented communities. And we want a seat at the table when it comes to the way that Austin grows and the way that the creative community grows.
Absolutely. And I will say, I've just thrown up a couple images from readings and productions that Scriptworks has been involved with. what used to be the largest kind of new play festival in the country, the Humana Festival. The last year that I was there, there's a play that was being honored, and Christy Moore from Scriptworks was thanked in the development process of that play. And this is in, Louisville, Kentucky. We're hearing about this. So Scriptworks really supports playwrights from the first reading through, productions in the community, their life beyond that, different programs. It's pretty amazing. And I don't think we would be known as the kind of new theater producers that we are in Austin if not for Scriptworks.
That's a great point. I mean, under Christie's a legend in this field and in what she does, but we have playwrights like Katie Bender and Sarah Saltwick, Max Langer. I have some plays that are out in the world very far beyond Austin, and there are many more. Zell's plays, Candace Rusk and Helen Sneed. This is kind of the culmination of the work that we do, and it's one of the ways that we elevate Austin's reputation as a theater town.
Absolutely. And I know Austin Playhouse has benefited from the Scriptworks Finer Point Fund when we were producing one of Cindy Williams' new works, received that. Right. And this, when you're a producer and you're taking a chance on a new play, that kind of extra support is really important. Now, I didn't tell you, Raul, that I was going to bring this up, but just before we jumped on this live stream, I found out that Scriptworks has a pretty amazing celebrity collaboration. Would we call it a collaboration coming up here? And so y'all, you heard it here first or second if it already arrived in your inbox, but.
Oh yes. So, we sing for our supper. And so we want to show the world how creative we are. And so what we're doing for Amplify, we're not just asking for donations and support. We're letting our playwrights prove to you how much we deserve it. So what we've created are Swifties, which are swift little 6-line plays inspired by, about, or adjacent to Taylor Swift, who's the phenomenon that we are all stuck with. So for the next 24 hours, you can see a new 6-line play an hour inspired by or about Taylor Swift. And there's some great ones in there. And if that doesn't motivate you to donate for Amplify, I don't know what would. But
so where do we see these? Is it
I'm sure you'll see these on social media. So you'll see these on Scriptworks, Facebook and Instagram. And you'll see them hourly being updated and posted. And you can pick your favorite, you can comment, you can donate to that one, you can tag somebody that it relates to. And they are fun and intriguing little pieces. Some of them are pretty serious, actually. You'll get the information about the playwright with it, so you can check out their socials as well. And I mean, if Taylor can take over the world, why can't playwrights?
I see no reason. That's amazing. Y'all are doing way more work. We just made some silly memes and videos, but I'm really looking forward to checking these out tomorrow during the day. So I hope everybody also sees, checks out some Swifties. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think we're lucky to be stuck with Taylor. I think we could all do a lot worse than having.
Absolutely.
So that is fantastic. So again, Scriptworks is a group that may not get the spotlight shined on it as often as some of the other big producing organizations. But as you see, Raul's work is going to be performed on the Hyde Park stage coming up, has been many times and across this country. And a lot of that support that I'm assuming you get as a playwright comes from this organization. So I really encourage everyone to kind of check out Scriptworks and get involved with the work that they do in the community. And they've got the 10-minute Playfest is always a fun time. It's just a delight. And I think those plays have been chosen for already.
They have been chosen, and Ken is going to, again, graciously host us. We're going to have 8 10-minute plays coming up in May. That's a great introduction to the kind of work that our playwrights do. Mm-hmm. And if you love new theater, if you love theater, help keep it alive, help keep it thriving in Austin by supporting Scriptworks.
Absolutely. I'm gonna send Taylor back to the waiting room.
Oh.
I know. It's so sad.
Are you allowed? Are you allowed to tell us what the ingredients were for the 10-minute play festival?
Ooh, I think that would be verboten, but
Okay. No, I totally got.
So each year, there are kind of 3 rules that the playwrights are given to play with, and part of the creativity of the event is seeing how they approach these different ideas. So it gives it a little bit of a through line and kind of some connective tissue there, but also a lot of room for creative freedom from these different voices.
And I've got to say, if there was a category in Be I'd Pain for curtain speeches, Ken and Christy are just a legendary duo at that. I mean, I can get more out of Frontier Fest curtain speeches sometimes than the nights. They're pretty legendary.
I made it to one Best of Fest night this year, and I agree. I pride myself on a pretty decent curtain speech, but I have to be my own straight man, and it's hard. They knock it out. They knock it out of the park every night. So.
And we've been noting in the little chat here, Ben actually originated the role that grew into this full-length play that is now my HEB, and it was a Scriptworks production, and it was at Frontier. So it's an example of like everything we do.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. So thank you again so much for stopping by and sharing the work of Scriptworks and chatting with us. So tomorrow, don't forget that you are going to get to see six new little playlets about Taylor Swift.
20.
I don't know where I got 6. It's
6 lines.
There's 6 lines each.
There's
6 lines each. All right, there we go. I do know it. Thanks, Ben. That's great. 20. So when did they start? Have they started now? Is there one already up?
Now you should be able to see 1, maybe 2 already up there. And
awesome. All right. I'm not sure I'm technologically capable of going over there to check it out right at the moment, but as soon as we're off this stream, we will. Raul, thank you so much for stopping by. Ken, I will let you go as well. Actually, let's do that. So you are doing Raul's play, My HEB. You have done another one of his plays pretty recently. What do you love about Raul's work? Like, why is Hyde Park just producing it over and over again?
He's a fantastic writer, and the 3 plays that we've done are we're about to do a third. They're so distinctively different, but really wonderful scripts, great characters, and small casts. Playwrights do plays with small casts post-pandemic. When city funding is hugely cut, and there's no city funding for over 20 months. It's been tough for a lot of us to get back on our feet. But he's a wonderful playwright. He's great to work with. It's great having the playwright in the room from time to time so you can pick his brain. I really love working with him, and it'll be strange doing one of his plays that Michael Trejo is not involved in.
That's true. And just so I don't want your comment to have to stand alone out there. While Amplify Austin is a day of celebration, and we're so happy to uplift as many groups in our community as we can and celebrate the incredible accomplishments of these organizations, it is tough out there for a lot of theater companies right now. As Ken mentioned, city funding for not every group, but for a lot of groups has been cut. Austin Playhouse is one of the groups that in the reworking of the city funding this year, after not being there for over a year, saw our funding cut drastically. And at the same time, we are operating an interim venue with a much higher overhead than at our previous space, while we are working to pay artists, as Ken does, and really support this community as well as we can. So your support on Amplify Austin Day is incredibly meaningful. We are really grateful for all of you out there in the community that are coming together. And it is a day where your dollar goes farther. You can use that hashtag Love Tito's, get an extra $25 to your $5 donation just by doing that. That's the minimum. You give us $5, hashtag Love Tito's, it's a $30 donation. And every donation is amplified by this incentive fund that I Live Here, I Give Here raises year round. So we know that this is the kind of the best way to support these organizations right now. Thank you so much. Raul, Ken, thanks so much for being here. I'm going to let y'all go. And we, I think I saw Peyton Calhoun is standing by in the waiting room, and I'm going to bring Peyton up here from Impact Arts to talk about their work right now. Thank y'all so much for being here. We really
Thanks
appreciate
for having us.
Thanks, Ken. Thanks, Raul.
Bye-bye.
All right, Peyton, I see you there. I'm going to bring you right in here. Hello and welcome. I think is your volume on. We're gonna. So Peyton's with us from Impact Arts, and we met pretty briefly during coming out of the pandemic, where Austin Playhouse, Impact Arts, Zilker Theater Productions collaborated on a fundraiser. This MTI that was. We did a live performance and it was live streamed. So it is great to see you again. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, I still don't have volume, but I know. I have faith that you will figure it out. I do. While you're doing that, let's
might have to check the settings button. Just putting that out there for you. Hit settings, and it'll tell you which mic you're looking at right now.
Mm-hmm. And we're gonna check over here onto. Let's see.
There's the leaderboards.
All right, we've lost Peyton for a minute, but she is going to come back in. And
right.
When she gets here, she is going to tell us all about some incredible work that is being done for Impact Arts. Many of you are familiar with the name Summer Stock Austin, which is what they worked under for many years. And this is kind of the only tuition-free program of its kind in the country that we know of, that brings high school and college students and kind of introduces them to professional level production process. And then they perform in the summer. They're performing on, where are they performing at UT? Peyton will be back and she will tell me in just a second. We're gonna try. She's here.
I think I had 2 videos up and it was like not working, but you can hear me now, right?
We can hear you now. We're delighted to have you here now.
Well, thank you so much for inviting us and already saying so many kind words. The Austin traffic never ceases to stop for Amplify Austin Day. So we're here currently outside Austin Public, getting ready to partner with them and go live with them as well. So we're kind of all over the place, but yes, we are Impact Arts. We are an educational theater and film production company. And like you said, for high school and college students primarily, we have branched out recently with young kids all the way to age 9 or 6. We had some kids that were 6 this year, and all the way through, and have a lot of different programming. Summer Stock Austin obviously is the one that usually rings a bell. People see partnering with us, and it was so fun to do All Together Now, I believe it was called. That was
I couldn't come up with that. That's it. And that was
All
this
Together Now.
Mm-hmm. All Together Now. We're coming out of the pandemic, and so it was live streamed, and people could be there in person, and it was a great collaborative event, which I love when our community comes together. So now I think. Is this season your what is it? It's a big anniversary season, right?
It is our 20th season of Summer Stock.
That's amazing.
Which is so crazy to hear. And as for me as an alumni, like this is just full circle and so exciting. And we are just so excited to kind of level up, do some new big things. We always like surprising. We haven't announced our season yet. So stay tuned for that. That'll be later. And we partner with Texas Performing Arts. So we perform at the McCullough stage on UT campus, which has just been awesome. Out of the pandemic, that's been our home, and it's been so exciting. And we have a lot of other things still happening until we get to the announcement of our shows and whatnot. Working on the Heller Awards for Young Artists and helping train the nominees for the Jimmy Awards, which has been really exciting. And last year, Langston Lee was the winner of the National Jimmy Awards. And
I saw his performance in Anastasia. It was amazing. I was so happy to see that trajectory for him. So.
It is just the most incredible thing. I mean, so many times, like everyone says, working with young people and working with artists in general, how inspiring it can be. And I think that seeing him from, just meeting him being like, you're going to the Jimmys, let's start rehearsing tomorrow. You got 7 days, like going from there and then seeing him on stage. Like, I remember like actually throwing my phone across the room because I was just so excited. And of course, those are like the big moments, but it's also, there's so many more moments and things. And we're so excited. We're actually bringing our camp, Texas Arts Project, back to Sleepaway this summer.
Oh, wow.
And so registration has been rolling out and been really excited. But, primarily, I would say 85% of everything we do is completely tuition free. And so during this time at Amplify Austin, it's so important for us to be able to, expand our reach. And what you guys are doing right now is just so incredible to help lift up the voices of other arts organizations here in Austin. It makes my heart happy.
Thanks so much. I just popped over, and this is your Amplify ATX page for Impact Arts, where folks can really see kind of some of the scope of the work you do. It's incredible. And as you mentioned, there are a lot of behind the scenes things like prepping folks for the Jimmy Awards that people who are just familiar with the summer stock productions may not know about, the camps and a lot of these other activities, or people who just know that y'all produce the High School Musical Awards, which it's an incredible thing for the students in this community that you do. And I promise you guys that most groups are that way, that you may be aware of kind of one of the things that they do, and we're all juggling a lot of different plates out there. But Impact Arts and kind of umbrellas all of these programs that really benefit the young folks from not just Austin's community, but across the country. As I mentioned, I mean, you get people coming in to participate in the summer productions every year. It's fantastic.
Especially also now that we're bringing back Sleepaway Camp, we're so excited to be able to, open up to more people in the state of Texas or farther. It's right now it's only 1 week, and we hope to continue to grow, but it is a really cool thing to have people from all walks of life, all experiences, and get to come together and make that community. And I think that's our biggest message. As an organization, we've done a lot of rebuilding, rebranding. We started, we were Summer Stock and the Heller Awards and CAP and all these programs, right, under the infamous Ginger Morris. Everyone jokes it's like it was always called Working with Ginger, but now it's Impact Arts. And, we took all of the goodness and amazingness that she created for myself even, and stuff that has changed so many lives, and now we have Impact Arts to kind of pull it all together and be this nice little, like you said, umbrella to kind of hold all these things and branch out and go into new things. So it's very exciting to have all of that, and now we're broadening our, after COVID, it kind of stifled that reach of getting people in the great farther than Austin.
COVID made everything hard, Peyton.
No, it really did.
I mean, it had some opportunities for creativity that I loved. That y'all did a lot of virtual programming and found a way to keep that connection with the community. But coming out of that, that kind of rebuilding and finding the audiences and getting them back in the habit of coming to see theater, it's been difficult for us. And I think that's it's been difficult across the board, which is why these opportunities, these Amplify Austins, where the communities can really come together and say, this is a group that I want to support. I think it's so fantastic.
I couldn't say it a better way. I mean, there, like you said, so much creativity was born out of it. Most people, most organizations don't try to completely brand and rebuild in the middle of a pandemic, but we did. And I'm so happy because I feel like our family, like our broader family of all the Impact Arts programs, it's just even richer and even deeper, and it is so exciting. And on the brink of our 20th season, I feel like all of that is coming up. As an alumni myself, you know, it just feels like really exciting to be able to be a part of it. And Austin booming again, and people, you know, as you said, like there's so much, there's always highs and lows, but I feel like right now we are at a point that we can be collaborative and helpful and share our own stories and be able to kind of restart and be fresh in this new age.
Absolutely. Well, Peyton, thank you so much for stopping by. Really appreciate that. And I'm looking forward to following Impact Arts tomorrow on the leaderboards for Amplify Austin. And I just wish all of y'all all the best. And can't wait to hear what you announce for your 20th season.
I know, it'll be big. And our power hour is tonight at 8 p.m. So
that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
And this is a good segue because not everybody we get questions about power hour. Now this is just if the organization has decided that they are going to go for one of these $1,000 prizes that Amplify Austin has from 6 p.m. when Amplify kicked off today to midnight tonight, each hour, there's another $1,000 prize for the group that has the most donors to their organization.
I think there's two going on. There's either most unique donors, and then it changes to like most money raised.
It does. I was going to talk about that next, because that's what Austin Playhouse is going for from 9 a.m. tomorrow till 6 p.m. till the end of Amplify. Each hour, it's for the most dollars raised. So that's what Austin Playhouse is going for tomorrow morning. So we're hoping that a lot of our donations come in during that time. But with summer stock, it's now it is true for all of these groups that your donation of any size counts. And I know I just said summer stock. It's been about 19 years of me saying that, Peyton. But Impact Arts, for Impact Arts, your donation of any size is going to help them get toward that goal of having the most donors. Tell us again, what is that hour? What is your hour?
8 p.m. and we'll be live on Austin Public as well. So
amazing.
It'll be awesome. And we have a matching gift that if we reach our goal of $7,000 during this 24 hours, that every dollar per dollar will be matched, which is so exciting. So that's triple your donation. Love Tito's matching gift and power hour. That is what we're going for.
Yep. Let's love Tito's there. All right, Peyton, thank you so much for getting here. We're gonna check on those leaderboards again real fast. It's great to see you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Peyton.
All right. Now I've got this Love Tito's hashtag up. We're gonna wrap things up. I'm just gonna go over a couple last reminders for folks looking to get out there and amplify Austin Arts. This is the picture I couldn't find earlier. This is so I think we were planning to share this tomorrow, but this has been getting very amped up with our Tito's vodka. So remember that. So amped. Love Tito's. And let's pop over here for just a second and look at here. So now when you go to the screen, this leaderboards button, which was not here earlier, is back up. And this is one of my favorite things to do because I don't follow sports so closely, but I will happily cheer on all of the incredible nonprofits in town. So if you're looking to see how your group is doing, you can filter this. So you're not just going through all of this, but y'all look at this. Austin Pets Alive is at the top right there. They have already raised $143,000 for the incredible work that they are doing in the community. Central Texas Food Bank is up there. Austin Parks Foundation, Hospice Austin. It just goes on and on and on for the incredible groups that are making a difference in our community that you can support through Amplify Austin. And we might go just to this arts and culture category and look over here and check out where folks are in the arts and culture groups. So you can see there are hundreds of groups out there that are participating in Amplify Austin, and yeah, so you can go further. In fact, here's a list of all of those. These are, I think, the theater companies in town that are participating in Amplify. So we just actually, we didn't put this together. Our friends on the BI and Pain committee sent out a newsletter this week with this list, and I copy and pasted it. So I'm very grateful to Kate Meehan for putting this together for us.
Copy and paste is a useful skill.
It's so good. And just because it was mentioned a couple times, our power hour is tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. These are two of the actors. These are the two actors that will be in our upcoming production of Born with Teeth, which Ben Wolf is directing. Ben, can you tell us a little about Born with Teeth? Because it's what's next up for Austin Playhouse.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the story of Will Shakespeare and Kit Marlowe. Kit, at the height of his fame, they've been conscripted to work on a history play cycle, and then there's political intrigue. There's some flirtation that may or may not be honest and open, because Kit is a spy, and they are trying to find people to punish. So it's a wonderful sort of tete-a-tete story between Marlowe and Shakespeare. We saw it at the Alley All New Festival in 2022. As it was premiering there, and when that curtain dropped, all of us, the entire audience, in fact, they were all theater supporters, but everyone jumped to their feet. And as we were walking, before we could get out of the theater, I turned to Laura and said, "We have to do this show. It's really impactful. It's funny.
It's sexy. It's fun, and sexy.
And sexy." So really excited to work with Ismail and Bailey. They knocked it out of the park in the audition. So I'm really excited to get started working on this text.
Yeah, and that's
a lot of fun.
Ismail Soto in the red gloves in your picture, which are not part of our prop design for the actual show. And Bailey Ellis is going to be our Shakespeare in the black gloves there. And they are fantastic. We had the first read through for the play last week, and it was so great to hear it again after just seeing the production at the Alley. No, I'm really thrilled that we're bringing this new work to Austin audiences, and I can't wait to see what you do with it. We do have one more picture. We're about out of time here for our live stream, but just in case you needed any more motivation to amplify Austin Playhouse, a lot of what we're raising money for, we think of ourselves as a career-long home for artists, and we like to start them young. So this is Ben's daughter, who during one of the costume fittings for our production of the Norwegians earlier this season needed to get in on the action. So
those were all my costume pieces, and I think she wears them better than I did.
I mean, she wears everything better than any of us do.
Pretty much.
So we're very grateful that Gigi agreed to be a model for our.
Me too. She's a delightful little human, and my better half, my partner, my wife, also works in the theater community, and so she is growing up to be a theater baby, and we couldn't be happier that Austin Playhouse has embraced her as well.
Well, it is absolutely our pleasure. So that is our Amplify Austin stream. I want to thank everyone who stopped in today, everyone who's watching. We talked with folks from Hyde Park Theatre and Glass Half Full Theatre, Scriptworks and Impact Arts. Bernadette Nason from our company had to run off to rehearsal for Jarrett Productions. She is an individual fundraiser for Austin Playhouse. And if you want to be an individual fundraiser for any organization, which mainly just means you set up a page and send it out to your network, if you want that a personal message coming from you, you can still sign up. Or it's also just really easy to find those groups that you love and share their posts. And if anything, I will say, I know this 24 hours of giving can feel like a lot for folks, and especially as we're just coming off, Tuesday voting. Everybody is getting inundated with a lot of messages by groups asking of them. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who is kind of staying with us through that noise and supporting the arts in Austin, supporting all of these incredible nonprofits that make our community so wonderful. So thank you. Ben, I'm just going to close on Gigi's picture there.
I think that's great.
All right. Thank you all so much. And we will see you tomorrow. Austin Playhouse's Power Hour is at 9 a.m. So if you want to jump in, we'll be having breakfast tacos in the office and checking all of the fun action. Oh, there she is in person. All right. I am actually going to.
Can you say bye-bye to everybody? Say bye, everybody. Say happy day
y'all.
of giving.
Happy day of giving.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.